So we talked a little bit about the life crafting segment before we start recording here. And again, just for the listeners, this is an exercise that I do every Sunday to establish the goals for the week and the action steps. I realized that I have access to some amazing minds here on the show, and I was very curious to see what types of things that they focus their time on and the things that they're doing that they're seeing results in their own lives. I started asking people if what the highest ROI activity was that they had in their own life. And that this is our life crafting segment. Susan, if I asked you what is the highest ROI activity that you have in your own life, what would you say that is?
So, Matt, this is a really good question. And I love that you're doing this. Many years ago, before I started my own firm, I was a manager, an accounting manager. And one of the things that when you're in a corporate world, that they do at managers is they often send you to training. And one of the trainings that we had to take was done by our corporate HR department. And they split us up into groups and they gave us a project. And it wasn't like your traditional project. It was like literally build a tower out of like toilet paper rolls. It was like insane. And they gave you all the tools you could use. And you had a time that you had to complete this activity. And whichever team built this tower the fastest were obviously the winner of this contest. And I remember the timer started, we all started. And the team that won the contest wasn't the team that executed the fastest and started building. It was the team that actually took time out to talk about what are we doing first of all, and what do we want this to look like, and what are the problems that we're going to run into as we're doing this. And what happened was the ones that built the fastest, meaning the ones that jumped in quickly and started building, theirs fell apart, right? It fell apart midway through. Ooh, that wasn't a good idea. But the ones that made it were the ones that said, okay, this is how we build a structurally sound tower from these toilet paper rolls. And these are the problems we're going to run into. And so one of the biggest activities that gives me the most ROI is just taking the time to think about what is the best way that I want to do this before I start a project. What are the things that I'm going to run into and actually sit down and do planning and thought process versus just jumping in and doing. And the reason why is I think that a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we're quick starts. We see what we want and we want to go after it super quick. But there's nothing like sitting down and planning it out before executing. That's going to give you that best result.
Yeah.